It almost seems strange to say that India have pulled it back when you look at what New Zealand have posted, 212 for 4 in their 20 overs. But the reality is there was a stage when it looked like 220, even 230. So under those circumstances, with the dimensions of the ground and with the way the pitch is playing, you'd have to say India will never count themselves out of this game to make it 11 consecutive T20 international unbeaten series. There's a confirmation. Kuldeep Yadav absolutely outstanding, coming into the 11 in place of Yuzvendra Chahal. 4 overs, 2 for 26. And Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, even then, he kept it down to 37 in his 4 overs. Colin Munro was outstanding, 72 of 40. Seifert once again gave them the start, and the finish came from Grondholm and a little at the end from Mitchell and Ross Taylor. The real question is, yes, we might be trying to be positive about it, but could India have done anything different to keep it down to even less than that? On Cricbuzz Live, that's what we'll discuss in this mid-innings. Zaheer Khan, Harsha Bhogle. One of the things, of course, is India could have batted first. They won the toss, but...
Okay, yeah, they still haven't batted. They might make these runs. Who knows? Yeah.
But you still would have to say that they've done decently to keep them to less than...
Yeah, I mean, so much of T20 cricket is determined by what the openers do. And today they made 80 in 7.4. Once they've set that base, it becomes so much easier for everybody else. Because now you've got only 12 overs left, and you've got about 6 batsmen to come still. So then it just gives a license to everybody else, and that's what the 2 openers did. Even in the previous game, the game in Auckland, we saw exactly the same thing. When the openers give you a start, it becomes that much easier. And even though India pulled it back, those middle overs are Kuldeep territory.
Yes, 12.2 in the last 5, and that's what, again, it was doing the small things right, which was with their batting order. The previous game, they had sent Ross Taylor ahead of Colin de Grandhomme. This time they realized that if he had to make an impact with that platform, he had to come in early, and he did.
Yeah, but you mentioned a point, doing small things right. I think that's where India maybe missed a trick today in terms of their energy on the field. You saw some drop catches, and in games like this, when it's high-scoring match, every run counts, and that's something which when you look at yes, they've managed to restrict New Zealand. Could have been 230. But the way I'm seeing it, I think maybe it's 15 runs too many, which they could have saved in the field just by putting that effort on the field. Slightly off with regard to fielding today, but looking at the conditions, I think it's going to be a good game of cricket. Rohit Sharma and Shikhar needs to step up. We've been talking about importance of that start. If they get going in the beginning and they score say, even if 55 runs in the first 6 with no wickets down, I think India has got a great chance.
He's got a very valid point about the fielding. The little things, the little boundary goes somewhere, a little a third run where there should have been 2. It all adds up. Yeah. So 10 to 15 in the field was definitely savable.
But partly the field, but what about with the ball in hand, which means that you used only 5 bowlers, you stuck to your formula, and was there a case here to have gone for a 6th bowler?
It's a question of when. Because if you see what happened in the power play, 66 runs in the power play. So at that time, he's probably a little worried about Vijay Shankar coming in there. If you notice, in the one-dayers when he bowled Vijay Shankar for 4 overs, it's after Bhuvaneshwar and Shami had started off very well. So maybe he thought, I might get a big over going here. And the next thing you know, it's 13, 14, it's too late to get him.
You already had a situation where we referred to Krunal Pandya in the previous game. He'd had 3 good overs, his 4th went for runs. In this case, he hadn't had 3 great overs. 3 overs for 38, and then you knew he had 1 over from Krunal Pandya in the last 5, and that was expensive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Went for 16.
I think when you don't take wickets from up front, your bowlers are going to have a tough day. And you look at today's wicket as well. It's a very good wicket to bat on. So the impact bowler has been Kuldeep. Apart from that, it's been very difficult for bowlers to create that kind of impact. And also Kuldeep mainly because no one is really picking him from the hand. Yeah. So that's something which on that particular day you just have to go with what's on offer. In terms of 6th bowling option, I think yes. On days like these, sometimes just to change that tempo, everyone is going for runs. It's a hard day for bowlers. It's worth trying that variety as well. Which may be say around 10 over mark. After that, when Kuldeep got that wicket, could have been tried by Rohit today.
That's the whole point. The reason why you have the 6th bowling option is for days like this. I mean, I know you were saying that when would you have bowled him, but I think if you find the right time,
right?
Even 1 or 2 overs, that's all you need to take out.
Yeah. 9th, 10th. as you said, if the moment Kuldeep's got a wicket, batsman maybe a little bit of wait and see slipping over in there. That's why a lot of people get slipped the first over in, because first over is when people are still feeling their way around. But they didn't do that today. New Zealand just went from the first over. This is a gettable score. But I think sometimes you need one of the two batsmen, like Munro, for example. Munro's both Rohit and Shikhar are very good batsmen. You just want someone to go boom, saying, "I don't care if I get 30 of 12 balls. That's great."
Would
would
you even send Mr. Boom to open the batting?
No.
Rishabh Pant?
No.
I'm being blasphemous here. I know you've got a wonderful opening partnership, but looking at that score, try and do something different. We obviously expect him to come at 3, that's for sure.
But 60 of 6, I mean, New Zealand got a 66 of 6. That's 11 and over. They finished at 11 and over. So 55 of 6 is still all right. But if they don't lose a wicket, then Rishabh and all can come and hammer afterwards.
Fair enough, but I think
and these are Gymkhana style boundaries. If you played at Police Gymkhana, Hindu Gymkhana, it's a little further than that. That's it.
But yeah, fair enough. I mean, I'll put that suggestion out the window, but the very fact is you've set yourself a challenge, and no matter what, we won't forget the record, whether you get 11 or not. The fact is, it's a challenge. You've had an easy run chase a couple of nights ago in Auckland, and this time around, once again, everyone's sort of in tune. So Rishabh Pant, instead of the 40, needs to get an 80 here, if he's given the chance.
I think Rohit Sharma needs to bat. Rohit Sharma needs to bat 35 deliveries, I think, and if he bats 35 deliveries, what will be the possible outcome of those 35 deliveries.
It's interesting you said 35. Suresh Raina told me once when he was at his peak for CSK, he said 40 ball ka khel hota hai.
Yeah.
He said T20 40 ball ka khel hai. He said batsman ho 40 ball batting karo aap. So 35, actually if he gets 35, he's got to make what, 70 in those 35, 65, 70.
And it's not for nothing that he's the leading T20 international run scorer, just got past Guptill the other day. So, I mean,
Well, if he hits a couple of sixes, he'll get a 6 record as well, right?
Yes, I think just one. If
one
I
or two, something
right.
like that. Yeah. One, okay.
Yes, he's got a 35 ball 100 as well, Rohit Sharma, but as Zaheer said, very, very apt point that he just needs to get that 60, 70 from the openers there, and if one of the two, in this case Rohit Sharma, we hope can bat through. Where do you see it going now? Where do you see his 60-40 in New Zealand's favour at the moment? I mean, obviously the Indian camp will not think that way. Just us.
You can say that because any score which is about 200 in this format, you would back the team who has scored that many runs. You are expecting that team to win the game from here. So from that point of view, yes, New Zealand is favourite to win this match. But India has got the capacity to chase down this kind of score as well, and it's all going to be depending on how they start. If they set the platform strong, I think it'll be an interesting match. Because so much at stake as well. This team is also very well aware of the fact that it's going to be a 11th consecutive unbeaten streak. So they got everything to play for.
Just 70-30.
70-30?
When you make more than 200, most days you still win when you go more than 200.
One final point, the X factor. New Zealand have a newcomer in their team in Blair Tickner. Also the fact that he's replaced the guy who's been the most effective bowler.
Yeah. But they have 6 bowling options, and they tend to use six bowling options as well. And I'm just looking down that line: Tickner, Sodhi, Southee, Kuggeleijn, Santner, and the Grandhomme. But I don't know how much bowlers like the Grandhomme will get on this surface, because it looks like a really flat surface, small boundaries. So I think there's bowlers you can target. India have targeted Kuggeleijn in the past. India have targeted Sodhi in the past, and certainly Grandhomme is targetable. So there's about 10 overs you can target there straight away.
Yes, well, thank you, gentlemen, for your thoughts. We'll see you in Cricbuzz Combox and, of course, at the end of the game. But we know for a fact that at least as far as the batting is concerned, New Zealand will try different things. They've tried a different batting order, and they're also going to be trying to slow the pace down, opening with spin. That's going to be something to keep an eye on. We'll discuss that and a lot more when we come back in 10 overs.